Welcome to Redux, which is a way of saying go back to the beginning, the roots, the retrospective for Rooster Teeth. Because I like to be interesting, and this might take a bit to get into, but let's just get started with the particular video. What caught my particular interest, should I say, in this particular matter that
Just
wanted
because
me
we're
to go
apart does
down this particular route here and not there. So, actually, not the
Maybe
video that
RWBY
caught my eye, but the video that led me to this video that's leading me down this path. Fun little logic trail called Why Stop Watching RWBY.
content in just over a year. And although I still use Aang in my thumbnails every once in a while, I haven't actually kept up with the show. In 2012, the show bewildered me with the Red trailer, and it reminded me of the kind of over-the-top action I'd see in Samurai Jack or the original Clone Wars series. I was a diehard fan until Volume 3. But when I saw the RWBY Volume 4 trailer, I was deeply worried. I knew they had made the switch to Maya. I could see they weren't using motion capture, and I could see that none of what bewildered me was there anymore. But
See, it's really funny to see this particular video here lay out her concerns. It's to do with I guess a rendering artistic program. Quite interesting. I also dropped RWBY at season 3, but that's because I hate it when they kill off a character, especially with some sort of OP, over the top, out of nowhere plot device that just gets dropped in like a into the season beforehand.
I still watched Volume 4 because I cared about the characters and I wanted to see where it was going. It didn't go anywhere. I watched Volume 5 and it didn't get any better. I desperately wanted that old feeling back, and I was so desperate to see Volume 6 be better. But it wasn't. By the end of Volume 6, it finally just felt like I was forcing myself. This isn't the same RWBY, or Remnant, or even the same show. I watched Volume 4 because I still had stakes in the story. I watched Volume 5 because I still had stakes in the characters. I watched Volume 6 because I was desperate. When Volume 7 started, I told myself I'd watch it eventually, but I realized I had...
It's like a drug. Fandoms are like a drug. And this Cake Station person, the particular video that attracted me to her was this. I'm like, interesting. RWBY, Freya. Invincible Girl, the one they killed off in such a stupid OP way. Is it because she was a over the top perfect Mary Sue type character to a typical Amazon Wonder Woman archetypal character, and they didn't want that in their show? Or was it because of the death of Monty Ohm? There is many ideas out there, but I'm glad to see that they aren't restricting the fans from making things like that. That's what we need more in the fandom, in my opinion. Fan creations when you can get away with it. I know it's rather hard sometimes with like some of the bigger IPs. Heard a whole bunch of trouble about 40K suing fan creations or trying to co-opt them. Same with all these big corporations that got their greedy little palms into all these fandoms, even the IP, the fanfics. I really find it quite discouraging as a old school sort of nerd slash geek that they are sort of clamping down on that sort of thing. So let's go back to the beginning of Rooster Teeth, see where they got their ideas and where maybe people of the future can get ideas of how to create this. There could be plenty of content out there already doing this same thing as we speak, but we might not know about it because we're complaining about the IP. That's just one concern that I have. Not the biggest concern, but it is one out there.
For the name, encloses the two teams in a desert ravine-like setting with two flat cylindrical structures acting as the team's bases. That covers the gulch part of the name. As for the blood, it is to allude to the combat that was meant to happen within this setting. And they did play...
Okay, a little bit nitpicky there. Good enough, good enough, good enough, boys. Let me put this on.
Through further experimentation with this series, Bernie discovered that if he letterboxed the gameplay, which is essentially cutting off the top and bottom part of the screen, with an additional player to act as a cameraman, it made the game look more cinematic as it took out the heads-up display. There was also a bug that allowed the characters, if facing a certain direction, would stand with their weapon in a casual, non-hostile stance, as opposed to holding the weapon in the intended firing position. Many ideas of how to utilize this potential were thrown around during this time. Take, for example, this trailer released on the Drunk Gamers website on September 5th, 2002.
What are you doing? Well, don't paraphrase. Don't look. I will read what's in the script, and you type.
And this is how it got started. Red vs. Blue, Machinima Project. Plenty out there. Sort of sad to see that they've all sort of come down and fallen, as you could speak.
I'm not a cockbite. That is rude. Just put up the fucking logo, okay? Just put up the logo. Assholes.
Starting with recapping the events of the protagonist of the Halo series, to then shifting towards a side story of humans fighting humans, a civil war fought by Team Red and Team Blue. Following many of their other projects on the website, this failed to get the attention needed for them to produce the content. With their ambitions not realized, only 3,000 users and other more reputable review sites overshadowing theirs, it seemed that it was finally time to put Drunk Gamers to an end. So late 2002, shortly after the
Yeah, it's a tough start. It's always tough starting out these particular matters here and there. But where there's a will, there's a way. If you got a love of the game, you can do certain things. Something I sort of overviewed because I don't want you to just watch me watching this video is the fact that some of the humor came from almost a critique of actual Halo series in its infancy. The Blood Gulch map, trying to question the stupidity of it. That's the conceptual idea between Red versus Blue. 555 big. Call that for any information you want.
Sort of linear episodic storyline reliant on his comedic writing. He knew this had the potential of being a series, so they re-released the Red vs. Blue trailer to coincide with the magazine's distribution. As predicted, this increased web traffic and brought attention to the re-released Red vs. Blue trailer. But it also brought a new inspiration, as viewers were particularly entertained by one of the insults used in the trailer.
I am not a cockbite.
With this gaining a bit of circulation, it occurred to be a good idea to take this as their production company name, but Texas would not allow such an absurd title to be registered. So he settled on a less vulgar, but rather confusing synonym, Rooster Teeth Productions, to host the website Red vs. Blue.
Isn't that beautiful to know how they got their name? Cockbite became Rooster Teeth. Quite interesting to see this thing develop. But to see how it sort of played out might be a different story altogether.
Readings, there seemed to be a bit of doubt that this would get any traction at all, because to do so would mean it would have to go viral like their Mac parody video. But little did they know that was just one of the many challenges to come.
Ooh, Vampire the Masquerade. I wonder what fans can do with that, if it's even worth doing at this point in time. Gonna jump forward. We sort of got the conceptual idea behind it. Jump ahead a little bit. Jump ahead a little bit.
A month,
just a little bit.
No revenue. Still, they pushed on to what was further success. Opposed to the around 3,000 viewers the first episode initially received, the second episode released 10 days later and got around 200,000 viewers on launch. This again amplified by both their excitement in the project and the fears and managing aspects around it. But that was only the beginning. By the third episode's release, they had around 500,000 weekly viewers. This already trumps the majority of YouTube channels the current day, with the handicap that the internet user base was about 1/7 of today's size. It's hard to put into words.
Yep, it's hard to get started. Individuals doing streams like me, videos, the saturated market's just getting more difficult. People jump on trends instead of trying to create new and interesting things. Now, a lot of people won't think that they can probably replicate something like this. The heyday for machinimas have really actually gone by the wayside. I'm wondering if that is totally true, because there is so many unique ideas out there that are worth exploring and putting out there in the world. the story of Red versus Blue. Can we really get anything like that as a fan? Does your particular fandom actually match up to meet this? This is a particular video game, and the IP was sort of honored. A lot of these companies don't do this anymore, but there are places, some fandoms, early in the infancy phases, that probably could get away with it. Pairing with a fan favorite, you can get that marketing done.
which were not aware that this was an actual genre. They actually made their own name for the style of video creation that they dubbed render vision. This did more than open them up to other series like theirs, because this festival was held at the Lincoln Center in New York, which was presumably Red vs. Blue's first time premiering in a theater that was peppered with filmgoers and fans alike that were informed of their attendance through the Red vs. Blue PSA miniseries that would typically
This is something I would like to see more of, but will it work in the environment? Fandom initiatives jumping off that sort of bandwagon effect. It's really hard to say how this could be adapted and what it could be adapted to. I'm just not seeing much out there, but maybe I have a limited scope of
would
what's out
experience
there.
trying to fulfill the orders for DVDs. And before they could even start there, came string questions with no assured answers, such as
So, if people know about this, other than something like Cake Station or a personal favorite of mine that I sort of liked back in the day, that I'll be bringing up in just a bit, let me know in the comments. I am curious to see what's out there, what fandoms have created creative critique and comedy all in one, because comedy's dying, guys. And we need to find ways to bring it back in the current landscape we're working on.
order 10,000 DVDs to be burned, because that was the
Yep.
minimum amount they needed to order to get a disc.
Old
Because without the point,
fashioned
without knowing
method.
truly what it was that they were doing wrong as an IP.
Sort of like how South Park started off. That started off with Trey and Matt Parker, just two lovable losers that bumming around in Hollywood trying to make movies, doing a holiday special, The Spirit of Christmas. And eventually they made tapes of that and sent it to people. And today, the free flow of information, that might be a little bit hard, a little bit niche. It probably wouldn't get off the ground, but what can I say? We need to innovate as fans and fandom.
Red vs. Blue DVDs could be found at GameStop, providing another avenue for distribution. Still, that hardly helped their yearly
Good
and
plans.
expected troubles on DVD launch days, mainly because their website was the first place that distributed copies at others and could therefore appeal to
Ooh,
everyone.
look at the
This is true for a large
sexism.
range of online services, whether it's Google, Amazon, or YouTube. These all provide services for YouTube during May of 2008, with the first ever video on their channel being a trailer for Red vs. Blue Season 6. This kicked off a sort of second wave of innovations through Rooster Teeth. They could have very well stagnated by making the same style Red vs. Blue and refusing to try different formats for the show. But this is how 2008 was different. Season 6 for Red vs. Blue
Yep, need to change and evolve with the market. Always good lessons to learn from and improve on your craft, which Red vs. Blue did. Did they lose their soul? A lot of people say they did, but you add some, and there's going to be a very good addition in this particular matter here.
This was innovation. The problem was that this was only innovation towards Red vs. Blue. It was still their only successful franchise that supported their small company. Lucky for them, they knew and were close to their audience. And with the success of early YouTube, they were even making some money from it by partnering for a short period with Machinima. The brand confusion between the multi-channel network and the genre of Machinima was finally paying off. It also helped that Rooster Teeth was a uniquely searchable term, so there was incentive to capitalize on a new form of content. Their solution at the time was Achievement Hunter, a new section of the website that Jeff, now
Interesting.
last name Ramsey, tired of only working
Didn't
on
know
Red
too
vs.
much
Blue,
about that, but yeah, you could even say that guy with glasses is another good story to actually really bounce off this idea off of. They had idea. It's a bit different. It's more critical. They tried the comedy. The comedy's stale. It had its ups and downs, and probably isn't as the behemoth that Rooster Teeth became. But look at what happened after it became what it was.
Yes, it is. Bleep bloop. No, you can't do that. You can't fake the achievements. They have to be approved. Bleep bloop. Stop saying bleep bloop. Bleep bloop. Stop it. Bleep bloop. Stop it. Bleep bloop. Okay, that's it. I quit. Bleep bloop.
Yep, I would too.
When school is canceled and all the kids are free, it can
No,
only be one thing.
ironic. Alexa, are you listening to me? I brought up South Park as an example, and now I get an ad for South Park. Video games, Snow Days. What's this DLC? Not quite sure, but interesting to see.
Their Achievement Hunter videos is that there was interest in how to obtain the achievements themselves.
Another
cast
way
members
to
that were brought
jump
in 2009 and
on to
2010
this
time
thing.
period do share the same amount of widespread exposure as one another, because that's when Rooster Teeth was slowly getting a foothold on YouTube. An important thing to have, considering that video game related content was not so scarce and becoming commonplace on YouTube, with their content still out.
Now it's just out of the park, overloaded, oversaturated, just like everyone wanted to become Let's Players during the PewDiePie days. A lot of animations still stagnate because of the sort of turnover style. And here we get into Monty.
Where two protagonists of popular game series, namely Master Chief
Yep.
and Samus, face off against a Covenant horde and then each other before ultimately teaming up to create a fast-paced and well-choreographed battle.
Yep. And also, you got a little bit of that screw attack stuff in there.
It
Oh.
was the first 3/4 of the video's non-stop action, with the comments finding it hard
Monty's
to
a little
believe
bit
that this
woke,
wasn't
ain't
done
he?
by an animation studio itself, let alone one single animator.
Check.
As a video, in the aspect of entertainment, it was extremely well received.
Interesting thought.
But as a technical showcase of Monty Ohm, the animator of the video, he was a necessary hire for any company wanting to implement such stylized animation. Like Rooster Teeth.
Yep. Dead Fantasies also really good, interesting sort of kick out that. Well, you got the little Monty Ohm here.
You think I'm going to sit one single cranky dog son of a bitch without my shotgun? You must not know who you're dealing with. I said move. That's it. Shotgun. Yes, I have your shotgun. No, I mean, shotgun. What is this? You think I'm going to give you your shotgun because...
Good
because he
moments.
grew up watching Red vs. Blue, like Gavin Free, of British nationality. He was an avid Rooster Teeth fan since its inception, and often found himself on the forums, which eventually linked him to talking to employees of Rooster Teeth. But just like Rooster Teeth, he was ahead of his time because of his mastery of being able to capture slow motion footage, a skill sought out by various movie studios, and now Gavin worked on many sets. Some of the better known ones are Dread, Hot Fuzz, and Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows. He had many opportunities thrown at him and had notable creative potential, but he also had a dream to work for Rooster Teeth.
I don't know if you want to tout that last one out. Okay, let's see how this goes down. The peak of Rooster Teeth, and they're moving on to other formats. So we got copyright filters, the good old days of Rooster Teeth. Let's get into this Monty's passion project that wasn't
It might seem this
that
year is
wasn't
being framed
really
as the
well
year of
thought out.
success, though it was actually more so a year of guidance.
And Minecraft, that's going to come up again later when I talk about another particular branch of fandom, which tried to create traction out of these sort of silly little YouTube videos that probably didn't blow up in quite the way. Was it the fandom? Let me just give you a hint. Battlefield is what they really got off of. They did a little bit of Minecraft stuff, but a lot of people blew up off of Minecraft. Even the fame or infamous Futuristic Hub, there's a lot of messery with that, and capitalizing on that marketplace became practically an epidemic. But we'll see how that ties into any of this
Or better
particular
yet,
thing.
their company. Rooster Teeth even launched the Let's Play channel a year later that continued the traction as seen by many videos directing viewers to transition from both Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth to this newfound channel. Back to November of 2012, there was also a specific reason that November out of all these months was selected to showcase a random popular Minecraft video, because there was another video this month that was significantly more popular than that one. This video was actually as popular as their pilot episode for Minecraft.
Come on, get to
and
it.
that was the RWBY, or Ruby for short,
Yep.
trailer, released on the 7th. What was shown was a 3D anime character fighting werewolves in an artistic setting, where white, red, and black overpower the remnants of any other color. A very interesting design choice.
Yep. Stylistically, very fascinating, very tough, good marketing behind it. Good idea. Too bad. Poor old Monty. Became the heart and soul of Rooster Teeth, and sadly, he passed away well before his time, and it's quite disappointing.
Progressing into 2013, 3 more trailers dropped of the series, each individually focused on a single female character.
Yeah.
Monty's signature choreography was a staple of these trailers. There were also other prominent aspects, like the titling of the trailers red, white, black, and yellow, forming the acronym RWBY, making it clear that each lead had both a distinct color and fighting style.
Yep. Quite interesting indeed. Copyright filter for everything that's out there. And I even have an ad for Aquaman, who really needs that particular matter here or there. But we're getting into RWBY. Not sure how much I want to go with this video. Because, yeah,
Rooster
we
Teeth
got
had
the
over 5
rise.
billion video
It's
views,
quite
many
interesting.
series in development, one of which is the longest running web series and the second longest sci-fi series behind Doctor Who, and we're now making content for subscription services like Netflix and Crunchyroll. They also obtained a dedicated fan base, demonstrated not only by their funding of Laser Team, but also because there were 70,000 attendees at RTX 2015.
They got a fan base from Laser Team. I don't even know if I should have put that in this video. Laser Team, definitely very nerd culture-ish, but oh god, bad. How did they sort of
But that's just
all
their
of Miss
YouTube channel.
Sparkles?
They still have their website that no doubt many accessed as their sole platform to consume Rooster Teeth content that only Rooster Teeth can access these statistics too. But we can access Google Trends, and what we find is Rooster Teeth, at least the
going
amount it is being searched
down
across
this
Google,
rabbit
is also
hole.
on a decline. It is true that there are many aspects kept from us. The inner workings of Rooster Teeth are reserved only for their upper management. So we can
Trying to
only
be
speculate at this point
Netflix.
why it is headed in this direction.
Oh god, here.
Let's production Genlock, a sort of RWBY-style mecha anime that was being directed and written by
That was
Gray
a fail,
Haddock, a voice
a
actor that
swing
for
and a
several
miss.
years at Rooster Teeth worked his way to that position where he allegedly did not have close to the needed experience needed to run such a large and important division. Alongside directing Genlock, he was also in charge of Rooster Teeth's entire animation department. 2018 was also the year that AT&T acquired Warner Media, that owned Otter Media, that owned Fullscreen, that owned Rooster Teeth. It is possible that through these 3 months of work, they would be offered a permanent spot in their Rooster Teeth team. They just had to make it through. When that day finally came and they fulfilled their obligations, the only thing they got out of it was work history for their resume and trying to find a new job. The most these ex-interns could do was post about it on Glassdoor, a website where current and former employees anonymously review companies that by March of 2019, Rooster Teeth had a 44% recommend to friend percentage, a number that eventually dropped to half that amount due to more negative reviews in the animation department. They made the decision, like most other shows, to make the first.
No one cares about Genlock. That much is obvious. If you want to watch the rest of this, I'll link it down below. Endless controversies.
For another reason. Sourced from this tweet of a current Rooster Teeth employee saying, quote, "In case I haven't been clear, white supremacists have no room in my audience nor my community. Racists have no room in my audience or my community," unquote. This sparked a tweet chain between Rooster Teeth employees echoing their sentiment and the harassment levied at ex-employee Mika Burton, who is daughter of LeVar Burton, known well for his acting role in Star Trek.
I see where you're going.
Yep.
We shook down
the daughter of Geordie LaForge and the guy who did Read Rainbow got shit. Supposedly racism. Don't know how true it is. Racism. Is he gonna completely sort of exit out some of the other little controversies?
Having similar issues within the community.
If you didn't see it, a former Achievement Hunter employee named Mika Burton yesterday, in the wake of all of the Black Lives Matter controversy that's going on right now, and this revolution that's happening, I think it's probably the new civil rights movement.
Good luck.
I know we're all really raw and on edge right now because we're watching our country burn to the ground. And in that process, Mika shared her experience working at Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter. And it was like a fucking punch to the gut that I needed.
Such a cock.
I hated knowing that if I was in a video,
Supreme.
there would be more dislikes than likes because of it, or there would just be more dislikes than usual,
Oh,
or that
God.
the video won't get as many views.
Sorry,
And
they
it's just- it's
spend a
things
lot.
because
I
that I can't
guess
change.
this is.
And
I guess this was the end. Erupt the sort of evoke the Black
And
Lives
at the time they had sex,
Matter.
with Ryan responding
Is
with
more
he trusted her.
important than this really small little section, which I overlooked because it was so
This
small.
tweet may have been one of them, because it was Bernie's
Two.
letter informing readers that he was moving outside of the U.S. and departing from Rooster Teeth to work on his own projects. Maybe that
And
thing
here.
could have been a clash in political beliefs, as now not being part of the company.
Yeah, political clash is the very least to say about Rooster Teeth. I don't want to be the cause of conflict because he was conservative and they were just so woke and progressive that they mistreated the daughter of Geordie LaForge, LeVar Burton. And really no credits to her name. And that's what kicked everything off. It wasn't the conservative. Conservative got out by going good.
His commentary on controversial issues could be seen as politically charged, like commenting on the recent riots in the US by tweeting, "Do bricks carry COVID-19?" One could argue that this is not political commentary, but when put alongside his tweets directly referencing politics, his alignment becomes a bit more clear and is against the one of Rooster Teeth's. This brings us down to 3 founding members that still exist in the company: Gus, Jeff, and Matt Holm.
This is a year old.
Reflects a larger portion of the disinterest.
And that is how it goes. That is the burning of the bridge and how the sort
While
of
you solidify your bond with those
starting
of similar
sort of started falling down. So where do we go from here? Because there's so much. Nail from the coffin for Rooster Teeth. Definitely seems like the founder's leaving. Throwing out crappy shows, ruining shows such as Red vs. Blue, which they're trying to sort of end up. They're trying to end up. What is it called? Trying to appease the fans before they sort of go out, but they're selling it as a DVD. So who knows if I'm willing to go with it. So, let me go with this short little thing here to sort of display it.
Versus Blue YouTuber, apparently. Back from my 5-month break of no Red versus Blue content.
Cut, because I feel bad for anyone who actually made their name off of this. So we got this.
A lot has happened, but that's a
Last
possible
season.
video for another day. Since the tragic shutdown of Rooster Teeth, there's been a lot of speculation as to what's going to happen to Red versus Blue. Mainly if restoration is even still happening, which there's finally been an update on. Red versus Blue was going to be released as a full-length movie on May 21st, and along with that, a trailer was released. But listen, guys, I want to make something clear. I don't like being Mr. Negative about this show.
That's not true. You can find it on YouTube. Okay, he's not going to be Mr. Negative.
Bad. From watching the trailer, it looks like the meta is back, or at least
Yeah, this
Sigma
guy's
is
a
back.
nitpicky.
Which I don't know. I
This is a little bit weird of a trailer. See, they have full seasons on YouTube. In case you're curious, DVD's better. I got started when it was on Netflix. See, there's this. Red vs. Blue, complete season. Don't want to really play it for copyright reasons. But of course, I got it.
Nothing about the other fragments. Nothing.
I'm surprised this isn't down. And of course, Rooster Teeth themselves, I think, have it. I think I put it in here somewhere. I'm pretty sure if you go to Rooster Teeth animation, you can find it. No, the last movie. I'm saying the Resurrect. That's is why it's bad. Okay, because it's going to be only for DVD.
Red versus Blue Saga, and here, just for
Sorry,
you, is the
I
trailer.
was confused by your comment.
It's also for other people.
Yes, you can pass it along. Share it. There's a share button. I'm sure.
You can watch all the episodes on YouTube. It's just the finale, which is going to be on DVD only. Maybe it'll come to YouTube eventually, but who knows?
If we're going to survive it,
But
we have to work together.
they're going to try to appease the fans, it seems like. Who knows if that one fan definitely seems a little bit skeptical onto it. Like this one person who's trying to make a career off of it also. Yeah, sorry, confusion abound. Almost all of it, except for what they're putting out now, is all on YouTube, either via the animation, which they'll probably keep pumping and flowing. Not gonna probably do very good in particular, but rewrite for clarity. But you got Red versus
related to
Blue.
cosmic plot lines.
You
And this
got this
trailer also has
man
me
here.
excited, not only because it's the end of an era, but because Bernie's back to do it. Since leaving Rooster Teeth
Yeah.
and moving out of the country, he really has been completely off the internet in all forms. He never appeared in Rooster Teeth videos since, he never tweeted, he did of mind of his. So when this video opened up with DVD commentaries, the way he describes his thought process and the way he decides what to do and how to do it, it's so genuinely interesting. And the way he writes it just gels with my personal tastes perfectly. I know a lot of people say Chorus is the best arc and the best written and their favorite.
Just my
or
normal
whatever,
friend.
and I don't think it's bad. But of the three main arcs, I do enjoy
But
the Blood Gulch Chronicles more. With the
you did miss the Black Lives Matter was the sort of Geordie LaForge's daughter accused Rooster Teeth of racism, and that sort of was the nail of the coffin. The funny thing is, the one founder who was conservative sort of opted out of it before then. Good time to get going. Rooster Teeth has come to an end, and it's quite disappointing overall. They're trying to get the fans back with this sort of a cringy particular thing. This, like, look at what they
around
did.
with.
This is
It
just
seemed
a
like there wasn't
sample.
a was getting so much more mainstream attention at the time. It seems like all
Yeah.
the focus went into building that, leaving Red versus Blue to feel like it was
And
a
that was
product that was
disappointing.
kind of there to be messed around with. It seemed like there wasn't a real vision over what wanted to be done with the franchise, or there was a legitimate story to tell. It was more like, who wants to play with it? Because Bernie used to say, so long as people keep watching, they'll keep making it. In the eyes of the audience, it painted them in a corner which pressured them into making more seasons. And thus, we got the Shizno paradox. Gods,
Oh,
time
God.
travel, it was super convoluted.
Super convoluted, stupid, retarded. There is many words for it. And RWBY, even fans, hell, most people hate RWBY after season 3. I think getting rid of the Amazonian traditional woman was quite the way to go. Yeah, that would be interesting. Stuttering Craig back at the helm. I know he did screw attacks, so wonder what he could do with it. I don't agree with all of his decisions. Like that sort of award show thing. He needs to move forward instead of looking back with award shows. But it's fair enough. He wants to. Yeah, there's really nothing he could have really done. Rooster Teeth is gone. Lost a fan. Let me give some honor to good old Monty with his fandom. So, Mom is the word. Talking about how fans of the olden days created some really epic stuff, and why Monty was not the greatest artist out. I mean, not the greatest storyteller out there. He created some serious, memorable shit. May he rest in peace. I personally think he was the heart and soul, and he sort of broke the people at Rooster Teeth after he passed away. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that. Okay, we could have gotten so much more if that very interesting man lived. Amit, think what you want about this. Not going to play for too long. Good ideas. Just some good, cool, hot girls doing some serious action stuff. Who can hate it? Who can hate it? But yeah, going deep into the death, Monty was sort of the death, would seem to be his death sort of marked the death of the series, in my personal opinion. And, you know, you even get a send-off by Moist Critical, Penguin Zero.
Teams, Rooster Teeth. After 21 years, Warner Bros. Discovery has announced that it's shutting down Rooster Teeth. Now, they're not getting outright euthanized and going to the Shadow Realm or anything, because there are certain Rooster Teeth projects that will persist past this, but By and large,
May
Rooster
he
Teeth,
rest
as
in
you've
peace.
known them, will
He
cease
gave
to
so
operate
much
in the
life
capacity
and
that it has
soul.
been. With its closure, about 150 full-time employees will be laid off, with additional contractors and content creators taking a huge hit as well. Wishing the employees the best moving forward. I hope they find work elsewhere. Just a pretty sad set of circumstances all around, because I know a lot
Blah
of
blah
changed the state
blah.
of mind so
Does
long
he have
it's in their
anything?
work to help them. To this decline,
I swear I
more
can't get
respect
into
for the
this
sake of the tech.
content.
And you've heard me give my options for Rooster Teeth's content catalog and some of their.
Yep, Rooster Teeth. They went corporate. They tried to expand. Comes down to the fact when you try to make something for everyone, you're gonna fail. It's just gonna be a straight out failure that ain't gonna satisfy anyone in the world. So that was the fault of that. Hell, even among the fans. I wonder if this is a copy of H Bomber Guy. Oh, Ruby is garbage, and here's why.
Miles Luna and Carrie Shawcross, or at least that's how it originally was, but let's not get into that just yet. It was published under Rooster Teeth, a subsidiary of Otter Media, which is owned by Warner Brothers. The company is most well known for their series Red vs. Blue, a machinima-style show that uses the Halo games from a time when it was still a respectable IP. According to various sources, the concept of the show had always been brewing in Monty's head long before the actual creation of it. Monty had joined Rooster Teeth back in 2010 and was involved with the production behind Red vs. Blue at the time, so he didn't exactly.
Just for record, this is the pseudo-intellectual, and at least he was willing to acknowledge the Halo show is so bad. So bad. Did a little supercut of it, and it was funny. Compared it to... And Ruby. Hate it, love it, you gotta admit.
The trailer featured a fast-paced, well-choreographed fight scene done in a style that many had come to know Monty for. Accompanied by the song Red Like Roses, which has now become iconic within the fandom, the show succeeded in building up hype from those who were fans of both Rooster Teeth and Monty himself. Following these events, the white, black, and yellow trailer would later be uploaded in this order.
My PFP is a product of Skynet. It's trying to brainwash the people. I did a whole bunch of things based on a card. I put a card and Vincent Valentine in, did a few sort of variations and got what I'm currently working with. It's one of my favorite ones from the pick.
With an original animated series. So, despite the flimsy and sometimes outright silly results due to the lack of resources, many expressed excitement for the show. After the conclusion of the event, they began releasing the rest of the series on their website before being uploaded to YouTube later on. Or, well, they used to be there. I digress though. The first season, in spite of all its flaws, still became a smashing success both due to the effective marketing and the support of the very loyal fan base. So much so that they were able to get a second season done by the very next year. Since then, the show has evolved in many ways as Rooster Teeth continue to grow as a company.
Why am I doing this? That is a good question. Here from the beginning, sort of getting into the proposal. I wanted to go over a little bit of the fandom and what they're doing, how it got developed, honor Rooster Teeth, or at least the honorable aspects of it. Super chat in it is one option to go with. But
plus, how is it my fucking fault that you didn't have enough money? You're the one who wanted to make the show, so it's your job to make it entertaining with the resources you've been given, not recklessly burn through the cash and then blame any failure on lack of resources. Secondly, the visual production of RWBY is far from its biggest problem. Ironically, it's actually one of the strongest aspects of this entire series, with the soundtrack coming at a pretty close second on the very short list of...
Yeah, H Bomber Guy made a very similar video. Don't really care much for it. RWBY, after they killed good old... Let's see the beauty of one of my favorite characters that they killed off. Give me one moment, folks. Technical difficulties will be about in live. Trying to figure out this particular thing. But yeah, fandoms need to evolve. Need to get an idea, try to push it through. Definitely, Rooster Teeth is iconic for turning a fandom of Halo series into a completely different IP. And as much as people like to hate it on it, especially me, both with Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey, that had a market, that had a fandom, that worked things out. Okay, there's many different ways to sort of work out. I suck with names, so here we go. A sort of class. What day? Why are you doing this to me, YouTube? I wanted to see some being a badass out of context, making her look like a bitch when she was badass as hell. But you do not know why they decide to kill her off. Maybe an honor of Monty. She looks like a total bitch here, but in the context, season 3 is where she died from the OP bitch. And this is how this sort of went along. And this is just Freya being the worst. Someone might get the wrong idea about this character from this sort of a selection of clips here.
I was the best and brightest Beacon had to offer, but I traded my life so that my friends could live.
Yeah, I think this one of the older ones. This was fucked up also. Emotional heartstrings are being plucked with this robot chick and what it really does to Freya. But it's quite interesting, this Cake Girl. What she's sort of a pig station who's doing these fan animations. Which, well, even got something out recently. Obviously, they quit after season 3.
He had this really big piece of Big Mac on his cheek, and when I brushed it off his lip, I just noticed how pretty his eyes. Anyways,
It might not be
I
your cup
tried to
of
keep my
tea,
feelings
but
down, and he never seemed
it
to notice
seems
me
to be
anyway,
the way
so I
to
decided I was done
survive
trying. I
after
told
a
Cake I needed time
franchise
to
dies.
overcome my feelings.
Is to by doing fan stuff here. And that's what I'm going to be encouraging going forward. Yep. But I definitely gave a bad impression with the clips I was showing out. But yeah, moving forward, I advocate for any fandom to sort of get behind this sort of idea if you want to keep it going. It's just a matter of the people is gonna freaking get behind your product. If you're good enough, you listen to the fans and like the owners of the IP or whatever like that, don't try to sue you for it. That's different things. There's modifications. Another reason that I brought up particular matters. Yes, fan service does not always need to be a bad thing. It can be used to utilize. Like, frankly, I think the third Sony Spider-Man film is pretty bad. But you know what redeems it? The fan service of having all the 3 Spider-Mans in the same movie. Writing wise, complete and utter garbage. But the fan service is really what sort of redeems it in the end. And you know what? Much as the people who hate Disney, I think at least a little bit of fan service with trying to improve it is better. It still should die. Like most Disney properties should die and be bought by someone else, just like Rooster Teeth. Again, screw Attack Man. Good old Stuttering Craig might be in better hands. I think Stuttering Craig might be a little bit of an old timer for that particular matter there. But when it comes down to it, the nitty gritty, they made out. No, they didn't literally make out Miss Sparkles, okay? Although there was probably a little bit of homoerotic. No, Miss Sparkles. Don't try to ship the Spider-Man, okay? Don't do that, Miss Sparkles. Bad, Miss Sparkles. But yeah, fandoms need to find a way to move forward. We need creative ways to sort of do it. And yeah, shit. Now that I think about it, Stuttering Craig might have actually did some good with Rooster Teeth and all those properties, at least better. Might not be great, but he might have been able to get some people to work on it that really would have taken it forward. And there is a lot of ways to actually take this particular method here. Let's take a good look. Memory is the key. Let's give a little bit of thought to the retrospective, because well, okay, that's good. Let them crash and burn, sell it off. I think Disney just needs to give up. Okay, just needs to go bankrupt so they'll sell off all their products, and then we fans or maybe
AI
someone
and
with
prevent
some
him from causing
confidence
further
can
trouble,
take it.
which means possessing Caboose so that they can kill it while it's trapped.
Okay, I don't want to listen to that voice. Just going to use this as background. But Red vs. Blue retrospective. Let's get back into this. A fun whole bunch of guy gamers just dicking around, making this machinima. It was great. Good fun, good stupid humor. And brought up some very poignant things when you play too much video game. Like, well, why are these guys fighting over this box canyon? And just got it digressed into stupid ass humor. And you know what? It doesn't make for the greatest of movies or things, but on the internet, it worked. It really was impressive. But yeah. Let me put back on the voice and see if he has anything
Taking
worthy to
Lopez
say.
hostage. It's at this point that it becomes blatantly obvious that the sides of the war that they're on are fake and don't actually matter. When O'Malley shoots Tucker
Yeah.
and kidnaps Lopez through a teleporter gate, the teams recognize the need for an alliance in order to acquire their respective targets. After a bit of bickering, Simmons reprograms the teleporter to take them directly to O'Malley's location, and the team leaves.
How do you make Red vs. Blue sound so boring? Not put any style on it. Listen to this guy.
Succinctly. With Lopez in tow, O'Malley sabotages the teleporters. When the Reds and Blues go in after him, they wind up scattered across a few different locations. Caboose and Sarge encounter a strange religious cult spoofing Halo C's capture the flag mode.
Perfectly
Both the church
hopeless.
wind up
Good
captured
name.
in jail in
Sorry.
Snowblinder. The outpost where
Maybe I'm
church and
giving him
Tex
too
last
much
saw each other
shit.
before the series began, and
Doing
Simmons
better
is in
than
a storage
me.
facility with even more teleportation gates.
But yeah, ish. As a retrospect, I got dry clear. First part, quite interesting. You got Doc, you got humor. Then you get into the really weird stuff with the not memory is the key. The recovery series. You know, you got a little bit
Get
of
some light on the situation. I know that your agency has enjoyed a high degree of freedom
Beautiful
with very
stuff.
little scrutiny in the past few years. It is not our intention to disrupt such a progressive military program, but instead to find a way
I don't
to work
think they're
together
the best
in a manner that
for
befits
it.
all our responsibilities. I am certain that you will agree. And
Maybe.
I look forward to making this review process as painless as we
I think we need more
Season
creatives
6 announces its change in
within
direction from the very
this
start,
field.
beginning with a complicated mission-animated sequence that is made of
We need
creative
a
and
lot
takes
more
layered over each other
creatives
to
out
create scenes
there.
filled with military personnel and equipment. Voiceover from a character that we've never heard of.
I
will
just
become
don't
very
know.
important.
I don't know what creatives we have out there sort of rewriting things. Trust me, I pitched the idea to people and I'm going to do it. The fucking rewrite of the sequel trilogy. It's going to be dumb, stupid fun. I'll make it into something. Try to give it a little bit of artistic flair, but we'll see how that goes. Because I got ideas. I can use the same exact characters and create something much better, in my opinion. But that's up for people to decide. That's one of the many grab bag of ideas that I'm working with. Got to know what to work with, and depends on what comes up. Name better people.
Ridiculous story
Almost
about 2 weeks of
any.
video in a very short amount
They're
of time.
critics,
But the
okay?
shenanigans do quickly return.
Critical drinkers
From here on,
stands a particular success. I want to name Yahtzee because he's another person, but he would not fit that genre. Okay, he could actually, hell, he could probably do a good old school version of Red vs. Blue. Maybe Ruby. I think he might be able to be a match, but probably not. A little bit too cynical. That's the point. There isn't. I mean, as contributors, given ideas for the industry, I am not against that. They definitely represent all those people you mentioned. Lucifer would be great idea men, but I do not actually know how well they can do it. Because I did a review of Critical Drinker's book. It was pretty solid, but I am still a little bit skeptical of his writing ability. I think there's a lot greater talents out there that, hell, Critical Drinker actually lent his voice for. Demon. Sorry. It's an audiobook series done by production company that has been lost on me right at the moment. Dungeon Crawler Carl, which is quite an epic ride. Seems stupid, but a lot of things seem stupid on the face to me. Full Metal Alchemist, definitely seems stupid when you read the box art. Okay, but in execution, that was bloody brilliant. Hell, maybe we should import some of these writers from Japan to try to adapt some things, like some of the sort of anime versions of all these particular matters. Oh God, Jake Paul, horrible names. See, there really isn't enough. I want to try to find better creators. Maybe there's out there good creators out there. Yahtzee can write a damn good book, but he has really stupid, absurd humor. His writing wouldn't be suitable to any of those more fandom properties.
Messy, and Wash isn't allowed to get through.
You'd be
Not
suitable
caring-
probably towards this series, a Red vs. Blue remake. And there's definitely some other particular talents out there. That's the problem. I thought Russell T. Davis could bring back Doctor Who, but no. It's just a hack now. A hack into political commentary.
And pieces together his reputation from
Clive
stories that Tex
Barker
told him of her time with the
what?
project.
Okay. I knew I'd heard your name before.
Did I
That
miss
guy
your
that went
whole
nuts,
list?
right?
Sorry. Oh, God.
My AI lost control.
All those are terrible. Those are even worse.
Right.
I'll go with Lucifer's list over yours, Miss Sparkles. Sorry.
Don't ever say that again.
Before they can get into the Outpost Blue base to look for Tex's body,
Oh, yeah.
Washington gets a call from command that they picked up another.
Yeah, just a retrospective here. For this particular type of series, it would be nice to see. And there's a lot of old souls in this particular market. Frankly, let me get onto the other wagon, because I think this drive might come back for the RWBY stuff. Because no matter what, I don't think I can do Red vs. Blue justice. I might be able to do decent at it. My writing skills are a little rusty, so need to get up on that particular matter here and there. But here is quite an interesting thing that I advocate for, because I was really big into Battlefield series. So let's see if anyone else who's watching this is the same. Battlefield Friends.
Battlefield
Just the
Friends
trailer.
Season 6 is now on YouTube!
No! Are you serious? That's awesome news!
I'm serious!
Yeah!
Woo!
And it's about Battlefield 1.
No, 4.
Yeah, it's not out yet. How the hell are we going to make a cartoon about a game that's not out? Good point.
Yeah, these are about the old game.
But aren't you guys out of ideas for Battlefield 4?
Season 6 is a train wreck.
Yep.
All right, folks, you're the first one to hear this, so get out there and spread the news to all your friends and family.
Yeah, you should have seen some. I can definitely recommend Battlefield Friends, but during Battlefield 2042, they just took the piss out of the game. They're like, do. And they have an interesting history themselves. Heck and Jane, they never really got off the ground like freaking Rooster Teeth did in particular matters, but they've been hacking at it for a while now. Sort of disappointing to see they didn't get anything. They had this whole Minecraft thing here. Mob Squad, of course, they jumped onto the Minecraft craze. Okay. Even did, well, I don't even remember this. They've tried their hands, but never quite made it. I acquired taste. I got into the sort of fandom. I think this is actually a good mashup.
You know that Hank and Jed makes good shows sometimes.
Most of the time.
Well, I mean, some of the shows are better than other ones.
I think it's just a matter of opinion what the better shows are. A lot of people know the game Battlefield, but there's not a game to rally, so there's a clear difference on who the audience is going to be.
Maybe if you had guns in your show.
I don't think that would change anything either.
My show has guns in it, and it does really good.
Yeah, well, I know why it does. It's based on a popular video game.
Oh, so being based on a game? Is something wrong with that?
No, it's going to help.
Wrong with that?
It's going to help the views, is my point. But regardless, Tombstone, that's what we're focusing on now, not our shows.
Yeah, the 6 year the cowboy movie.
Yep.
They should watch it.
They should watch it.
I watched it. I enjoyed it.
Is that what we're trying to say?
Yeah.
Quit beating around the bush.
Go ahead and watch Tombstone.
Yeah, I don't know if you should watch it. It's a very particular type of humor. It worked really well with the Battlefield series. You had the guy playing the noob who would just like fuck around. You have to be a Battlefield player. I don't know. I watched some of their other stuff in particular, but it's acquired taste. You got to accept when something is a particular acquired taste. And Clive Barker, again, another one of those olden souls that I don't think has much of a mark for it. But we do need to see new people out there trying to do new things with creative fields. Get out there, people. Look for them. There's fun ways to sort of make a mess. I'm obviously a complete failure with it, given some of my particular attempts of creating something interesting. Like, let's see some of my cringe here. This was me trying to make a musical, like a musical manga thing, complete and utter failure. Definitely a manga I recommend, but look at this failure. Never takes off. This is also the problem with trying to do something new. And it's really sad. I mean, I suck, of course, so it's perfectly fine that I failed with some of my weird attempts of trying to, I think this was like trying to get really weird song lyrics to match with this. Yeah, okay. Watch this, make fun of it if you want on your own time. It was a complete failure, but sort of the attempt that I tried to make. But I'm only one man. What could other people do? Are there other people out there really combining creativity like Red vs. Blue did with some good old-fashioned fun? I don't see much of it. Despite what you say, yeah, we stick in this world. You got to figure out a way to both be creative, get yourself out there, and also make sure weeb culture or nerd culture. I'm a worldly weeb, so I do really give myself any bounds. Manga, anime, comic books. I like nerd shit of all type. Maybe a little bit too schizophrenic with my particular nerd interest here and there. But yeah, this is quite an interesting concept I'm trying to put out there. Fandom, like hell. I think that someone did a cut of. Let's see if I can find it. That does sound brilliant. A good cut of Kenobi. I think someone cut down Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Kenobi, the edit it into a movie. Yep. That's the particular matter. Here. Yeah. Here. Like little tricks like this. This is more powerful than almost any critic can really. Okay, not more powerful, but it definitely works out. Okay, you have this one guy who just hell.
2-hour story that was squarely focused on Obi-Wan's journey of accepting the fall of the Republic and coming to terms with his guilt at killing Anakin Skywalker. A movie that made full use of Ewan McGregor's considerable acting talent and helped bridge the gap between the prequels and the original trilogy. But unfortunately, what we got was a slow, overly convoluted and repetitive series stretched out to fill 6 episodes of TV because it's all about streaming now. So because I think this story would have been far more effective as a movie, I have made Kenobi a star.
Yeah, I think the streaming market's also destroying the fandom. Okay, everyone's switching to the streaming market. Watch hours. Okay. They don't care about they want people to binge watch their shit. Even shit that's not meant to be binge watched. Like seriously. Why should it's not something Star Wars fans respects TV series out there. It's just
this moment and this one. I hope
you need to know your audience.
And you know what? It sort of was.
And you know, some people accepted. Some people were desperate for Kenobi. Better than some stuff. The nostalgia bait of it, but complete failure. Complete. And they were trying to launch. What is her name off of this particular matter? Also, but yeah, the edit. This guy edited something together.
But in this video, I'm going to show you what changes I have
edited.
made to make the story.
You can improve things so well.
The final cut is 124 minutes without credits, which puts it at the shorter end of Star Wars movies. And that's compared to the 227-minute runtime of the TV show, and that's without the recaps or the credits. Now, this next bit feels a bit weird to say because if you're watching
you
this,
really
you
are
already know the
surprised.
story of the show, but if you don't want my edit,
you didn't realize they were going to try to push a new amazing black woman. You didn't see that coming with this character. Hell, I have my issues with a lot of things, but Kenobi is just like. And you know what? Red Letter Media sort of giving it a pass for just being too stupid. It's just the doomer mindset.
The status quo. Visitors showing up, the fifth convinced to help.
Yep. So much mess. But the point is you can save some things. You got to show idea. What is it? There's a hamster who's set against. I think that's been done. Been there and done that. Not sure how it's been done, but I'll say it is. Everything out there has been done before. Simpsons did it. Okay. Yep. Simpsons did everything before. The hamster goes after the body mob, sets his own hoe house. Okay, I'm liking it so far. Sounding better. But yeah, trying to fix this stuff, rewrite stuff. And animation is just so hard to get through. And it's just disappointing how hard it is for creatives on YouTube. Oh, shit, I remembered. I praised freaking Battlefield friends. Going to be a particular niche. I got to sort of put another fandom out in blast. Not on blast, but people are going to give me shit about this. Especially Dead by Daylight animations, okay? This is like really good ideas, even if you don't particularly like the series, which I could never get into it. But you got to love the sort of a thought that's gone into it. The fandom get together, come up with good memes, jokes, and a consistent narrative. The sort of thought process between these sort of simulations for this particular matter actually matters. I think we need more of this. We need more people. Yeah. A little bit hard to pull off. And what's this anime? Okay. Okay, don't want to.
Oh, a broken generator. Good thing I took that mechanical engineering class. Ow, my ears! Camper! Get out of here, you camper! I'm sorry, Uncle. Sorry again. Hey, wait a minute. You guys! All right.
Yeah, like this started off with such an awesome joke. I mean, you take the in-group jokes and you sort of make this into something better.
I'm okay.
Why don't we get people like... Am I just not seeing them? Maybe I've just become too much of a doomer. Okay, you never wanted to go full doomer. And why did Dead by Daylight get such an interesting idea to it, given...
So how long have you been
I'm not even into Dead by Daylight, but I find this shit funny, creative. They sort of mock the sort of tropes of the series and sort of let it go along. Yeah, I need to watch that. It's on my watch list. I just keep being like, okay. Maybe I can go back into Anitube and make a video along with everyone else praising the show out of that. No, that's Doomer. Okay, I'm based on being schizophrenic all over the place.
A couple of
okay,
years, I think. Let's ask that guy over there. Hey, how long have you been here? What? I can't hear you if you're talking to me.
Like Dead by Daylight. I'm trying to figure out how to sort of get this to sort of be a thing. This is sort of a struggle session for myself, you know. How can I be creative and put stuff out in the world or encourage fandoms to just stop bitching and start doing cool shit like this? But I guess you have to have something cool to start with. I don't think this is even cool to start with. So, and you turn into something good that can critique itself. The time and effort, the amount of people you need to pull off something like that, that's the problem there. That is the problem. Because there is...
Injured. Why?
Oh,
don't
God.
Get it. No, mother allows me to... It's all yours. Okay.
Yeah. Even if you don't like Dead by Daylight, this is definitely worth watching. But if you have a particular type of humor.
I got a medical kit. This perk is already paying off.
Really short.
Why are you so...
There's lots of stuff. It's got lots of self-references also. I don't know how they got away with it. There's also some other good content around this, but whatever floats your boat. We don't get to see a lot of this in the fandom. I wish I could really adopt a particular fandom. Too many of them are cringe nowadays. Too many shippers and crap like that out there. But yeah, no matter what, recommend. I'll plug this. Emperor's text. What? Emperor text to speech. Okay. Let's see. Let's give it a go. Shit. Try something new. I know 40K's Warhammer's got a very vibrant community. Okay. It's sort of disappointing the lore is so dense into that particular matter. Yes. Let's see if this is really something a normie can get into. There's some good stuff in Dark Souls also. Soulsborne community. I mean, there's plenty of stuff. How did I forget about that? That's sort of the fandom. And you had something like a Fallout series. There's plenty of stuff out there, and it's always disappointing to see it just sort of fall to the wayside. And no, sorry, Lucifer. No. Oh, here. Let's see. I think I might have seen some of the stuff. Not really my particular thing, but let's take a good look at this particular thing that I'm not a part of the fandom at all. Let's see if it can tickle my pickle. You got to respect this Warhammer no matter what. Maybe this is what I should do. I've seen some cool stuff done.
Our glorious emperor will be capable of conversing with his loyal subjects once more, and I shall be the first to speak with him.
Grand Emperor. All hail Connor counterpart. No. He sold his soul to Brianna Wu. Yeah, I'll give this a chance, Lucifer. I'll give this a chance. I don't want to just watch this. I do want to highlight it. Put anything out there.
About fucking time. At last! I'm a glorious Lord command us once again. I have so many things to complain about. First of all, why do I only have a fucking glass on one of my eyes? Is that really necessary? And what is with these office smirks that I keep hearing about?
Okay. I can see the appeal of this. This definitely might be able to pull me on this. This particular train here. Oh shit! Look. It's also, how bad is this Fallout TV show going to be? Is it out? Should I do a review? Should I suffer through it? I have a mixed relationship with Bethesda and Fallout and all that bullshit. Okay, I want to respect it, but it's such a mixed bag. Bethesda always Fallout. The storyteller would have been brilliant. Fucking actually work on, but they just fucking gave up on it. Shoddy ass fucking losers is what they are. Okay.
After it was a sure thing that America could wipe out a city with just one bomb, a scientist said, "Science has now known
seasons of this. This was the shit. How did a loser like Oxhorn or any of these other fucking people sort of take up the mantle? I mean, maybe
with billions of boring people. Not you, though. You're interesting. You're special. A unique and beautiful snowflake. Why deprive the world of your obvious genius? We all should know what you're doing at all times. Whether you're walking your dog in the park or enjoying a slice of cake. Turn your obvious loneliness into somebody else's problem. Capture it all with the latest in ego-boosting technology. Etna, the iBot documentary narrative assistant. Gone are the days of privacy. You'll have privacy when you're dead. Share your life with your friends. Order yours today. Our sales reps are standing by.
That does definitely seem to be the case. Why the fuck did they give up on it? This was a great idea. They just abandoned it because
you and I have a
couldn't handle the heat. Like they got a million. Why did they just abandon this to fucking
Well,
I mean,
Wishline
not
Survival Guide, Volume 1.
say that he could be gay. I could be
They say
doing a
Farm
hate
Society is
crime
a
by
polite
calling
society.
him a
If
particular
that's true,
thing.
then Vault 34 had to be the most polite place on Earth. Back in
Yeah.
2077, when the bombs fell,
The
the folks at Vault Tech
science.
wanted to see what
we
happens
don't care
when
about fucking the science of this shit. Okay. We got there's a lot of things out there. Freaking this was a brilliant series. Okay. Why didn't more people take off after this? Grand ideas. I mean, it started off rough.
Even bother with a radiation suit.
They had a
But
whole
cybernetics
lot,
would protect
there's a
his
lot
brain
of
from
cool
radiation.
shit.
His clones got sick.
The Fallout
Started
thing. Think what you want
Even
about
though I had my danger
Bethesda.
armor that shield.
They
So I
they got a
admitted I
good
was just sick,
community
sleeping,
around them
and the clone guarded me
typically.
some.
Probably why a lot of
tried
people are
quickly,
disappointed by
but her brain jar broke
Starfield.
off with the rest of the gun. I held on tight,
It
and I
was
was
hard to
running the
attach to the new IP that they created with their
I only got away because I was
interested
stronger than
ideas.
Rangers are supposed
They're
to
better
strike
at
fear into their
developing
enemies,
stuff
not
up
lull them
that's
into a
already
sense of false security.
established.
You know the first thing I
Or
ever heard
not.
you
I
say?
don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Like
Probably
this.
shut up.
You are exactly as dangerous as you look. But our cyber.
Like they could have done so much with this. But they gave up on it instead. And it's not going to be for everyone, but as a Fallout fan,
What will become of our
there's just so many stories you can work with, and Bethesda is definitely a type of company that would encourage this sort of shit.
Gods will bless
So
us.
I don't even know.
Won't they?
Make life is the
But yeah, shit.
All of them. Failures. Freaks.
There's so much out there. Dark Souls, another community I was a part of. What did I miss from them? Recent coverage of Dark Viper AU. I feel sad for the fucking GTA community. They got someone like Dark Viper EU as their fucking arbiter. Sorry. Dark Souls deserves so much better. Oh, fuck. Whoops. Oh, Dark Souls. Yeah, Dark Souls got some good shit also. Some animation in there. The parodies on that. There's just so much out there. You can self-critique. Why not turn this into something much, much better? Yeah. Freaking hell. Like, there's just so much out there to really engage with.
Well, the thing is that
Hey, what about you, man? You're the one that got me into Dark Souls 3 in the first place. What do you think?
Tells a story. When tragedy struck.
Oh.
Must could be downright awful, as you can see here in this epic boss battle. All right, at least I found a map. It's gonna help big time, honestly. All right, where am I? What?
Yeah,
that was weird. Good thing I have a spare one. God damn it! Just let me check the map. Don't shoot there. Don't shoot there. Come back, you little shits. Wait.
I know there's a lot of fandoms out there. It's nice to see the things going out there. Really, the fandom mocking themselves and be able to take sort of the issues seriously. There's a lot of things out there. Disney doesn't have a lot of that shit, do we? Oh, shit, there is stuff in there. See, I'm underestimating things. See, the problem with sort of all these parody things is no one's really it's balking things. Like there's SAO abridged, okay? An anime, you got all sorts of ideas out there. SOA abridged, which people say is actually better despite being a parody. Okay, it's sort of disappointing. Like I would love to fucking go into the freaking parody business. I have hell, look at my channel trailer. I pretty much did an overdub of a trailer. I'm surprised that didn't get struck. Tried to do a parody of Rama 1/2. That got struck. It's just so fucking hard to actually do that. The incentive of it and the thing something witty, okay. And you got power scalers. That's something I cannot approve of. The autism of the power scaling community is just too much for me. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good parodies that are good ideas out there to sort of bring things up. Maybe
Sword
that's
Art
the way
Online
to
is
go.
owned by A1 Pictures, Aniplex USA.
Yep.
Just how
incredibly Disclaimer. bummed
I am. Aw, buck up there, champ. We've had a long day of
the
diplomacy and
last
light
one.
treason. Why don't you just take a step back and enjoy the moment for a sec? I
What?
guess it is
That
pretty
is-
spectacular.
Do I want to know? Warhammer versus furries?
Enjoy this view? Huey, please. We're trying. We're just resting our feet for a... That is correct! Mommy! I find your lackadaisical attitudes most...
This is funny. I don't even know if I can disagree. People keep on saying, "Oh, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do it." People.
Dressing, considering the wedding is in 2 days, and we are, shockingly, still without the manpower.
Some people say that the SAO Abridged is better written, and I want to disagree, but I actually can't. It gives it characterization. Oh, I think some of the best stuff out there is sorry to any of the Mueller fans, Gary fans, freaking ER. I'm not racist. I don't support the racist jokes or edginess. ER, I think, has one of the better styles when it comes to critiquing in a comical and almost way that sort of speak to the spirit of these parodies. I don't always agree with his criticisms, but yeah, maybe I should get back into this. It's just meh. I'm not a very big fandom guy. You know, you get too far into the fandom and you get into weird shipping shit like the Raylos. I brought up Twilight earlier, okay? And that's a complete fuckfest, okay? I approve of it just in theory, but even the IP culture, fucking dark, bringing up Dark Viper again, the fucking stealing content. It's the nature of the internet to sort of build off of each other. Maybe that's what a lot of people need, to build off of each other. And maybe I'm just a crackpot who just likes to throw out various theories of how to get certain things sort of done in particular manners. But yeah, trying to yeah, here. Oh, this guy's a dipshit, but let's listen to him try to sort of spin this shit out. Explanation point. Okay.
Sucks. Lack of attention to detail, complete disregard for internal consistency.
Yes. Crap.
Lack of knowledge of what made his narrative interesting in the first place, and voyeuristic sexual exploitation of prepubescent girls. Have I got the anime for you? There's this idea called percussive maintenance, where you take a broken electronic device and beat it into submission until it decides to work. And that is exactly what Something Witty Entertainment did with Sword Art Online Abridged. Criticism of SAO is nothing new, but SAO Abridged thrashes its source material so thoroughly that it loops right back around to becoming a loving reconstruction of everything that we all hoped SAO was going to be. From the characters to the pacing to the animation, SAO Abridged isn't just a great parody, it's a better show than Sword Art Online. Before we get into exactly how SAO Abridged fixes the innumerable flaws in its source material, all while remaining one of the funniest Abridged series on the market, let's talk about names. This is Kirito, Asuna, and Klein.
Okay, he's still a dumbass. Okay, I just wanted to sort of highlight that for a quick bit. Dumbass doesn't understand a lot of things, but maybe I'm being a bit of a dick. But that's my brand, actually. But yeah, there's a lot of sort of issues with going into particular matters. RWBY, everyone's done the sort of RWBY thing, even H-Bomber guy. Really not worth looking too deep into. Have some funny comedy. I'm gonna have to try to set up a stream to sort of go with that sort of basis. Gonna have to settle up a lot of stuff beforehand. Write down in the comments how I can pull that off, a sort of stream idea. Try to do a satirical commentary style thing with what was it? Now recording. It half works, half doesn't. But yeah, trying to figure out how to sort of adapt ideas out there. Oh, almost got tempted to stream snipe, but no, stay on topic. As far off of the topic as I got.
Noticed, but I haven't made any RWBY specific content in just over a year.
Yeah. So let's see if I missed anything in the particular RWBY thing. Coming back to the base. I mean, Eruption Fang's got some interesting stuff here with some of his stuff. He sort of sucks. I feel bad for him. A lot of the franchises that he fucking follows in general. Yeah. Well, Hellsing Ultimate period is pretty badass, Lucifer. Okay. Goes to show.
You seen Red vs. Blue?
No, I'm not really into Halo.
Oh, dude, it has nothing to do with Halo. It's like their own completely original story. Dude, you should watch it.
I don't know. I've never played any of the Halo games, so
I just said it had nothing to do with the games.
And I don't play on Xbox, I play on PlayStation.
What does that have to do with anything? You're not playing a game, it's just a show. All you need are your eyes and your ears.
Well, Halo's never been my thing.
For the last time, it has nothing to do with Halo. You don't need to play any of the games. It doesn't matter what system you prefer to play on. It wouldn't be any different if it were animated. It's a show. It just tells a story. You don't need any background information going into it.
True.
No, I'm not a big Halo fan.
I fucking hate you. Sup, dude? New season of Red vs. Blue's coming out. You gonna watch it?
Right up there with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Okay. Hell, even the lesser one, the original Full Metal Alchemist.
Go back and
Speaking of
rewatch
Full
it.
Metal Alchemist, that actually comes up in the list of controversies for RWBY or Rooster Teeth, because they had Vic Mignogna again. Oh, freak. How did I forget this? They fucking want to kill. Like, I remember going to a anime convention with Vic Mignogna. Okay. This guy is tried to create a creative. He's a little bit lame.
Dude, season
but
11's
you gotta
coming out
give
soon.
him
I'm pretty
props.
excited.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna
Trying
watch
to
it.
be
What's why? Not
creative.
invested in the show anymore?
I just think that
Trying to create use the same techniques to actually create a video for it. But I feel bad for him. This eruption thing guy. Look at what he's dealing with real quick, okay? Before I move on. He got his well, of course you can always go to One Piece, okay? Well, look at this, okay? Not his main bread and butter. He did a lot of Rooster Teeth stuff. This is actually pretty good. A lot of this near stuff is pretty good, but what he does is freaking Borderlands. Probably why I subscribe to him. Or Red vs. Blue. Originally, I'm saying originally. Red vs. Blue. Everything he has been ruined. Everything that he sort of covered, he'll admit it has gone shit. Borderlands. Red vs. Blue. RWBY. Yeah, he's done some complete timelines, I guess, to try to sort of pull this off. He's gotten good views. These sort of a complete unabridged timelines. Not really my cup of tea. But yeah, I feel bad for him. His bread and butter is sort of all this stuff. He has to do this sort of stuff. Ooh, never watched. I'm a big Atlas fan, so that's interesting. Not the biggest Genshin Impact. But yeah, have to sort of go into this sort of stuff. So taking a side tangent to say, I feel bad for this guy. Feel bad. But lament the failings of the man of Eruption Fang, because all the fandoms, Borderlands, Red vs. Blue, RWBY, all of them started off rather epic and sort of failed slowly on that. Oh, yes. Yeah, there's a lot of things out there, and I had something in my particular head, but I must have gotten sort of knocked out of it. But yeah, Eruption Fang. Poor guy. And I'm trying to get back on track. I know there's something in my head, and I forgot it had something to do with him creating something that sort of goes along with the line, a whole bunch of bridge stuff. Nope, lost it. Probably something to do with anime, but let's not worry too much about that. Battlefield Friends, Red vs. Blue, RWBY. Let's watch some good fight scenes, why I think, okay? Let's see. Truly, how good? Not that one.
put on it.
A fast food fight to sort of get off on Vic Mignogna. Oh God, let's see. Kick Vic, such asshole. Mignogna's. But let's not focus on his allegations or if he's done wrong or not. Rep Broly, guys. But I do remember a convention I went to years ago. He had this little section for Full Metal Alchemist where he did a live action with other voice actors. But what I really want to sort of get into out here. I don't know if he's really a sexual predator or anything like that. I hope that people are just being, well, I don't know. Given how much shit he's gotten, I sort of almost wish he is guilty. But man's a gym to fucking the anime to the like
I'd like you to take a look
this.
at this gun. It's handcrafted to my specifications. Balance is excellent. Trigger responds to a pressure of 1 ounce.
I'm gonna have to
quite
slow this
familiar
down.
with the piece. Perhaps we could talk about this?
I rarely draw it unless I need to use it. Care for a demonstration?
Freeze program.
Like, dude, why did we get STD? They should have given this guy a freaking budget to work on Star Trek. It's not the greatest. The Star Trek Continues is not the greatest, but it's definitely done within the spirit. But of course, you know, me too. Fuck, kick the Vic.
She everything I promised her.
Maybe he is asshole. Maybe he
I've
did
seen a
sexually
holographic program
do
this
shit like
detailed
that.
before. I swear I could almost smell the gun oil.
Well, she's still in the experimental stage, but once we get the bugs out.
Bridge to Captain
Maybe he's just a horny geek.
Kirk
What
here.
happened to the Revenge of the Nerds sort of thing? What? Why is it people hating on the fucking nerds? Just because a lot of them are awkward and don't know how to deal with women. Women don't know how to deal with proper men. They want fucking Andrew Tate, bad boy thing. Not all women. Just a lot of women who sort of go along those sort of lines there. But yeah, Vic Mignogna, there's just so much crap out there. And the fact that this man, again, I don't know if the accusations, I think it was pretty, at least there's a little scummy stuff of him flirting with women when he's married that I can definitely criticize him for. What was done to him was just downright, it seemed like a hatchet job, okay? And a lot of people weren't against him, but see, fucking voice actors, fucking, I hope AI take all their fucking jobs, okay?
Scan the station. 2 life forms
With
in
all the
center of anomaly.
shit they pulled, the Gamergate
Readings
stuff,
are very faint, but
and one of the most pervy things. It's just ironic. Yeah, we got STD instead of getting fans. We need to push fucking fans up. And as much as people want to hate on freaking, what is it called? Shazam. At least that was a YouTuber who made his way up the ranks. There's a lot of other small content creators, especially with some of the ARGs that I think really need to be recognized and given some creative freedom. But Hollywood doesn't want creative freedom. They don't want writers. Okay. As much shit as you want to talk about writers and think they should strike and not get paid. I've seen that sentiment. I absolutely understand that sentiment also. But yeah, Revenge of, did it? Revenge of the Nerds had a rape scene? I think you're all.
Captain, Dr. Lee's
Or have they reframed it?
It's not a good time.
Date rape.
Dan, for sure.
Okay, you might be
Vitals are
right.
stable
Sorry.
For now. Can't tell how long, though, especially in the condition he's in.
Condition?
He's dying. Like
fascinating.
Oh, and that organ I detected on Pollux 4.
Revenge
Still
of the
there. It's barely
Nerds,
defective. I had to run
filmmakers.
some bio scans on him just to find it.
You're not seeing this. I don't want to. Once I should put it on. Okay, yeah. Let's see how bad this is. Let's see what the creators say about it. Okay, the decider. Okay, they're going to be the decider of who can work in Hollywood and who can't. Assholes. Okay, is what's wrong with the rape scene, anyways. Okay, using a conversation starter. I guess that really comes down to the nitty-gritty of that particular matter. Once 80s classic Revenge of the Nerds doesn't quite hold up under the bright lights of 2019. What the fuck does? I've seen videos say Friends and all these other things aren't progressive enough. Okay, they didn't handle black or gay relationships. Fucking rewriting. Okay, let's see. Sex under false pretenses with a sorority girl. Okay, he regrets not. Okay, I can understand how people would have issues with this. Okay. Towards the end of the Revenge of the Nerds, lead Lewis sees crush, buddy, fighting with boyfriend. Okay. I don't. Yeah, this is the rape. Okay. Consent. This is definitely very difficult to actually engage with, because you're already getting into the females not giving this guy a chance. Period. Okay. Yeah, award this horrible behavior. Well, maybe if she wasn't such a no, let me not slut shame her. Okay. Heard a lot of criticism because of Me Too movement. It's considered a form of rape because sex under false pretenses. Yeah, okay. At the time, it wasn't considered the sort of a switch. Okay, there's probably definitely ways you could have done it much better nowadays, but it was a product of its time. Had freaking homosexuals, blacks within it. Nerd culture has always been a little bit rough, has always had issues with it, some particular problems that definitely can be talked about. I regret that. Writing a play for musical, I eliminated the rape scene. Them just reframing it to rape. Yes, it was wrong. A lot of things were wrong in that. Was it right to sort of for the jocks to sort of torture the nerds and treat them like total and utter shit also? Okay, there's a lot of wrong acts, and I'm not saying that's right, but sheesh, it's just horrible standards. So you can't have rape in film, okay, or coercive methodologies. I think there should be different standards. Calling it rape is definitely something I disagree with. It's definitely unethical rap like that, but yeah. Well, let's see how people. You always got to find the problems with the past. You know, we can say it's regrettable. This is what
Revenge
that
of the
one
Nerds
regrettable
is one of my
scene.
favorite films of all time.
Well, I think I have a frush. What the fuck is a frush?
It's a classic. It's extremely quotable and perfectly captures the 80s phenomenon that is nerd culture.
Come on, Gilbert, let's go to college.
Now, despite it being a raunchy R-rated comedy, the film does have some pretty heavy anti-racism themes, as the nerds, members of an otherwise all-black fraternity.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting what they did with Revenge of the Nerds overall. Okay, definitely from our modern audiences, but the audience, I don't think they tried to. Okay, yeah, I think he was considered the bad boy. Okay, the one who definitely had the issues.
Fraternity are discriminated against, which includes having less rights than the all-white jock fraternity, and are subject to hate crimes.
It says nerds get out. What is a nerd? We are.
These parallels were truly lost on me the first time, and, well, even the 50th time I watched this movie as a youth.
I mean, after all, you're nerds.
But now, they are quite glaring.
You just hold it right there.
Figures.
But that's not why the film doesn't age well. In fact, while not perfect, I give kudos to the film for trying to make a thought-provoking statement, especially for its time. And that's even though some of the characters like Lamar and Takashi are extremely stereotypical.
You know karate? No. Good.
Rather, the film features a pretty gross string of jokes and subplots about non-consensual sex.
What about you, Booger? I've been up
with the Pi Delta Pies, who are portrayed as wicked themselves at a loss, both as they shower.
Yeah, this is a problem with freaking college culture at a whole. Okay, is he gonna really give an issue with the panty raid and stuff?
Step aside, Mama. I want to see some of that muff.
Then they sell naked photos of those girls as part of their charity fundraising booth. Once again, without their knowledge.
That's my pie.
But the worst crime in the film, way worse than mopery.
What's mopery? Mopery is exposing yourself to a blind person.
is when Lewis, the film's hero, hides himself under a mask, pretending to be someone he's not, so he can have sex with his crush and, well, his unhealthy obsession, Betty Childs. It's even filmed in a horror-style first-person view, which just gives it a very creepy vibe.
You're that nerd.
Yeah.
God, you were wonderful.
Upon revealing who he was, Betty does say that Lewis was wonderful. However, that doesn't really excuse his behavior. In recent years, this scene in particular has come under fire, as it's considered a form of rape, sex under false pretenses.
What's your name?
Lewis.
Jesus Christ. Why does the context not matter? Okay. Product of its time. Hell, it's a freaking college culture is also a big fucking problem back then. Even nowadays, South Park has critiqued it. Okay. I really think this is unwarranted, especially with the little jabs here and there.
Booker is a lovable creep.
What are you looking at, nerd? Huh?
I thought I was looking at my mother's old douchebag, but that's in Ohio.
Gilbert is genuinely a great guy.
Hey, Lewis. What is it, Gilbert? I'm really sorry that I snapped that chick.
And the nerd's laugh is so infectious, I've carried it over into my real life.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, Huey and Louie there, definitely flawed characters, flawed college culture. It's very stereotypical, but that's a typical of the 80s, okay? The typical 80s trope. Okay, and it's felt at least it a hopeful message to the incels out there, okay? And I swear, oh, someone had me watch a fucking incel revolution video. I'm not really going to get into it, but yeah, side tangent, Revenge of the Nerds. I brought up something that's definitely worth, but I think it's a broader issue, more of the 80s of that era, who coming off of the free love movement. And a different sensibility. The free love thing definitely comes from that particular feeling there. It really has nothing. I'm just going off on a tangent of nerd culture in general. And yeah, it does have toxic elements, but you find freaking freaking the nostalgia factor. It's not something, the sort of whole consent thing has gone insane. Like you can revoke consent now. And it seems like really weird logic with how far we have taken sort of this. And definitely, I think most people can agree the Me Too movement, especially considering the outcome of the Johnny Depp trial, has sort of affected our culture as a whole. A lot of people feel that he's wrong. Same thing with Vic Mignogna. I don't know the details. Maybe he's a creep. And maybe that should be outed. But shit, it takes two to tango. When women, the unfortunate flip side of that is there's a lot of issues with women and engagement and social culture that I don't want to get into for this stream. Nerd culture thing, a sort of side tangent. And the Vic Mignogna thing sort of took me off on a really weird tangent on a really weird issue that's really sort of hard to actually deal with in general. But point of the matter is that we shouldn't rewrite history. Context should matter. We should try to encourage more creative solutions like Star Trek Continues. What, that was like a year ago now? That's what it's giving me with this particular matter here? Star Trek Continues. So did they kick him from it? And this was all crowdfunded. Okay. And there's a lot of Doctor Who content also out there. And not a lot of it's good. It'd be nice to see one of these Doctor Who rewrites, fan creations. I know there's fan films. Hell, there's even some movies out there that sort of give the sort of thought process there. Maybe that's what we need to do on these things we need to get behind ideas, create fan fiction on a higher budget, start pushing that and pushing that, forcing the studios to actually sort of adopt this. But we need to have the quality there. And I'm sorry to say, the particular quality with some of the stuff here, probably not the best. Even if you're a Doctor Who fan, at the stage, boo boo boo.
Motivated? I was going to say desperate, but sure. If you like.
But you got to admire the effort they take with this sort of stuff. Star Trek continues, some of the animations.
Is that a phone? Well, of course, it's a phone.
Oh,
This is a
God.
phone box.
Oh,
Never had
God.
it
This
ring
is
before.
terrible writing.
Because it's a police box. People don't ring.
Okay. Sorry for exposing anyone watching this to that. But the sentiment actually still stands behind this. Fan theories, pushing that. The idea of pushing the fan market to push the industry. Definitely an option that should be sort of pushed behind, personally, I think, by much bigger creators. Okay. What I'm going to probably push for going forward when talking about particular properties going bad, maybe sort of highlight good properties, like maybe do a video about SAO, not as pompous as that one dude, and sort of push people towards that or other issues, or maybe try to adapt that. Oh God, this stuff here. Like I can't get myself to watch this. This is just too painful. These ideas. It's Disney. It's under Disney
I
belt.
don't know, he sort of popped up at the right moment.
And
then he spoke about time travel.
Ruby, you want to know my secret? I have the whole universe at my fingertips. And I'm all on my own. I'd love it if you came with me.
Who are you?
I'm the Doctor. It's called the TARDIS. It's a time and space machine.
Is it safe?
No, it's
Okay, can't do it. Can't even watch the trailer. Oh gosh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. All this Doctor Who stuff. I like the sentiment behind it, but actual execution. Yeah. Seems to be the general gist of what I'm trying to get out in general. Yeah, okay. Approval. Yeah. A lot of people say Picard got better, or maybe it was Strange New Worlds, STD, just because it's better. Like I really shouldn't have advocated for should have defended Ahsoka. I think it was better than I think it was better than Kenobi and even some of the Book of Boba Fett, but still was a general downgrade and something that shouldn't be as a whole be advocated for. I like the sort of elements that it brought to the table that I thought were good, that weren't being sort of represented properly by the critics of it. That was my sort of issue with people going too hard on it, like Mueller. Okay, that's me. Everyone's got their own particular special there. And I'm wondering if there is something that can be done with like AMVs or AAVs, like I sort of been trying to do. Don't know. Oh, it's also this sort of a comedy sort of stylings of this, which is it's mostly for gooners, but maybe I shouldn't go too hard on the gooners. Okay, gooners are a good part of the market.
Rooster Teeth shut down after 21 years.
Here's one very relevant.
Yeah, we're all unemployed. What? Wait, what? What do you mean? What's going to happen to us? RIP will be sold out to the highest bidder, or will be exploited like common street.
Yeah, work for Andrew Tate, girls. Okay, your world's Andrew Tate. Yeah, they're going with that. Ooh, sexy fan service. They're gonna have to prostitute themselves now that they're out of a job, I guess. Is the general thought behind that? What's a gooner? Someone who goons. Oh God. Okay. Sorry, I took down my Discord. Let's see how this goes, cause I'm surprised I made it this far in this particular stream. Yeah, also explain Gooner to Mrs. Sparkle. Why? Okay, we got some stuff. Flash gets okay. Let's. I'll end with Romeo's suggestion there. Yeah. Let's see this. Okay. Let's see this beautiful idea brought to me by dear. Let's see. This is looking good. Am I displaying this on screen? No, I'm not, because I'm a dumbass. Sorry. Keep everyone on the hype. Not the greatest, but I can... Works. It works. Okay. I'm liking. Yeah, I think this is one of the fan animations. All sorts of ways to actually sort of pull this off. Yep, Warhammer Community of Strays. I've heard about this. Okay. Beautiful bean footage, Lucy. Let's see how this is explained.
Explain the studies video in a general sense so that a normal person can generally grasp the lore.
This is more me.
This to 3 or 4 friends now, and I'm a bit tired of it, so I'm making a video for easy reference for them. To my fellow brothers and sisters of 40K fandom, this is going to be vague, broad, overgeneralizing, and I hope.
No talking? Okay. Aesthetic deal.
These 2 orbs here are defensive drones. They're designed to intercept incoming fire and missiles for the boarding torpedo. Yes, this is a boarding torpedo. So for clarification, this kind of maneuver would turn you and me into tomato sauce spread across the inside of the ship. Imagine suddenly stopping at 600 miles per hour for comparison.
Yeah, you got a fan project like this and you have someone trying to talk about it in commentary. That is a beautiful sort of synergy. And definitely people that Lucifer the Doberman mentioned about the particular thing should be pushing this sort of idea out. I'm really sort of irritated. You don't really see Robert Will Jordan, our critical drinker, really push some of the sort of projects he's involved with. He doesn't even really push his books too much. But overall, I think that is the way to go. I would alternate. Yeah. I'm no one. I'm just a floater floating around with my crazy schizophrenic ideas all about. I would like to see people pushing for these fan projects. And when they come against legal trouble against these people, supporting them legally if need be. I think that's a great pathway forward to get what fans want, to band together. Because, yeah, a lot of these properties are being assholes. And there are ways to sort of skirt around it. Yeah, it's being made. Has he been promoting it too much? I think he should be promoting some other fan projects, okay? Yeah, I know he's making a movie, okay? I know he's supporting it. I did a review of his book. That got no traction. I know he did a video on his own book, okay? It's just disappointing. Original projects don't really get the same sort of level of support. And maybe that's not the critical any of these people's thoughts. They have to chase the views where they are. It's just disappointing to me that that they don't sort of push these more. That maybe I should say that they don't push them on their main ideas. It all is against fighting against Star Wars Disney, which I agree needs to be done. push back on those for corporate jackasses. But and there, I do know people push this sort of Arch. I know Arch talks about this sort of shit also, and the sort of issues that the fandom has in 40K community. It was okay. Yeah, Star Wars Theory is tries. Okay, I think Star Wars Theory is a little. He's an interesting one, but you gotta respect him for trying to push that stuff out there.
Now, again, nobody knows what the hell these things actually are, but we can guess. For me personally, these are automatons that are controlled like puppets by a warp entity, as we will see later on. Probably the head.
Yeah, from the fan perspective, I think Arch is one of the best people at sort of promoting his sort of fandom, and sort of like he's also brought on, like there was a writer, this was a while ago, a writer who was sort of ousted and started his own thing. I think Arch did a very good job of that. I think I even have to praise Razor Fist. He interviewed I think he was a novel writer. Okay.
Psychic energy always comes at a risk, a very nasty risk. Think tapping into hell to access magic powers, and you have the gist of it.
Shit, this reminds me. I think they could do this with Dune. Not Dune. They probably could do some stuff with Dune now that the movies are out. Get some support behind some of the sort of projects behind it. But the movie actually, shit, I need to watch part 2. Okay, I'm a bad boy. I hear good things. Okay, and that's something that needs to be supported, probably by the fandom. Probably needs to be accelerated by the fandom, in my personal opinion. And this is some good stuff, and I'm glad you sent it to me. And yeah, 6 hours, definitely good stuff. All sorts of things out there. I'm not trying to take the views away. Okay, so Thrall, he's promoting this, explaining it for newbies.
Now those papers hanging in the hallway are prayers of protection.
So yeah, whatever floats your boat, man. Filmmaker, this is sort of a sentiment I want to see people when freaking stuff goes down or starts going down the drain, the fans take up the heap, and they should sort of take collective action. Oh shit, does that make me sound too much like a commie or something? Let me give this sort of cringe. I think I know it. Romeo. It's Flash Gets. Oh god, it's Flash Gets. Okay, do you need to promote this sort of stuff? This sort of stuff is just that. I mean, yeah, I have some respect. Furry Crusades, making fun of Rags. You want Rags to be pissed off at you? Probably. Okay. Well, I wonder what. Oh
I love
God,
you,
I can't do it.
Wolf, you, me.
Oh
right here
God. God.
I'll go get help.
Okay, a little bit better. What the hell was that? Awkward. You just want to burn my brain out. Musing. The Flash Kit doesn't need to be promoted. All right. Funny stuff some of the time. He also has some Link stuff, I think. That's quite interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there in general. All sorts of fun. Freak. But yeah, Race Wars, PC Master Racer, all that fun. Yeah, Flash gets good. Some things are better than others. Doomgab versus NPC Girl. Okay, I guess this was in reaction to the Black Little Mermaid. There are ways to sort of do this. Like this sort of stuff here.
Anime Jesus. Coming back. Love.
Jesus. Anime Jesus.
That'll be $70,000.
Beautiful.
You are banned from anime, you are banned from manga, and you are banned from hentai. That means no Yuri, no Ecchi, and no Futa.
No Futa.
And I found
Thank
those
God.
anime statues you hid in the back of.
Oh God, Futa is a problem, guys. I don't know if you have a secret kink for it. I cannot. Oh,
Flash Kids.
this is actually a good one. a minute.
Yeah, we'll be sure to check it out. Thank.
Oh God. Okay, sorry, I saw this. The boobs over the wall.
What the hell is that? It's beautiful. Well, back to the second world.
Hito base. Classy. Oh God. Okay. I don't want to get banned or something. Okay. Yeah, Flash Gets is great, but it really doesn't need to be promoted anywhat. There's some serious stuff out there. PBZ. Ooh, I'm just trying to think. So, general thought of this stream, as schizophrenic as all of my streams tend to be, is what can fans do to sort of promote the stuff? Sort of try to improve the community. I don't know. Fandoms tend to get too annoying for me. You got this, girl. Even if I probably wouldn't agree with her on 90% of the stuff here,
This isn't the same RWBY
this is
or
good.
One or even the same show.
Put an effort
I
in.
watched Volume 4 because I still had stakes in the story. I watched Volume 5 because I still had... On the other hand, there are hundreds of people who openly dislike their show and continue to watch it, because some people can get a sort of high off of watching things they dislike and fuming over it. I'm just not one of those people. But the distinction to make here is not that RWBY is a bad show now. It's just not the same show I bought into 7 years ago. Miles and Carrie and the whole RWBY team are doing so much with so little, and it's not their fault that the show has changed. I just had my run with it, and it's time to move on and let their RWBY be RWBY.
And you gotta love, there's some content creators who just get off on, like, there's this content creator Grizzly who I saw years ago. I saw his sort of rise, and I can't really get behind him. He just makes fun of freaking
Welcome to my best
fanboys.
moment of 2023.
No, this is the wrong one.
Welcome to my best.
Shills, a whole shill series, and he's made his brand off of all this shill. Yeah, Grizzly using a freaking thing here. Okay, look at this. I remember him when he had less subs than me. Okay, but I've been stuck at the same sub thing, and look at him now. Just mocking shills. He started with just compilations of mocking shills. I don't know how productive this fucking is in that. I don't know how helpful this is to the industry. Just sort of milking these idiotic people who can't let go of these fandoms or have. And there are some hired freaking Disney shills out there, legitimately. I think freaking Red Letter Media does it in a much more productive way. Nerdcast. It's so much memeable. Needs to be a... Mockery's fine, okay? I'm never going to say mockery, but this Grizzly guy is like just totally over the top. It's sorry, I can't prove. Call me woke scold or whatever the fuck else. Red Letter Media. I mean, I think they deal with this same concept much better. I remember when people were going down on them because they were just giving up. They were like, Kenobi, it's fine. It's fine. Like, why? How could you say it's fine? We've given up on the show. We'll take what we can get. We're laughing at this bullshit. People give him shit when they did a horrible movie. Okay. Let's end this up with Ahsoka. Just a sort of end on a sort of no, sorry, Kenobi. It's not Ahsoka, Kenobi. Yeah, very nice. Very nice, Lucy. Very nice, Lucifer. Lucifer, the Doberman. You're a hellhound. Yeah, ever watch Supernatural? It probably stupid to do, but before it became a complete crap fest. Okay, let's see. Yeah, look. EFAP highlights. Let's see them shit on them. I don't understand. Sorry.
Oh, right, okay. You're right. Let me catch up. I'm living in the past.
If I were Obi-Wan, I would kill Luke. I'd be like, your father is the worst piece of shit ever.
Your father is the worst piece of shit ever.
And then Luke would look at Owen and he's like, well, he's not that bad.
Oh my god.
Children deserve to pay for the sins of their father. It's a fucking
I
unreal.
read that in the
Old
chat.
Testament
And by the
shit
way,
right here.
God damn.
I swear to God, like I said, huge fan of Red Letter Media. Same, I imagine, for several people in this call right now, possibly. I don't know.
Look at him.
Just the community, that everyone listening to this, they're just going to ignore that. They're just going to be like, "You didn't say that. That's fine. Moving on." Because how do you square that away at all? Like, you know what Obi-Wan should have done?
What bothers me
Execute
if you
Luke.
claim that they're Star Trek fans. So there's a whole like thing with the Klingons where Worf is basically responsible for his father.
I don't want to watch this. Okay, I'm just like, how's this helpful?
Coming. Angel.
Oh, cool. Nice. Before it went to complete shit. Make the money. I think it went shit around season 6 or something, maybe 8. It was tolerable until 8. Supernatural. I liked it up to a certain point.
Jurassic Pork. Yeah, we saw it. It came out. It was okay, but not very good.
Sort of the Obi-Wan Kenobi.
But it was like, nah. And then you said we're gonna watch the rest of it.
Wait, what made you say nah? I'm curious.
Well, the first shot made me laugh, and this turned
Oh, right.
into a Twitter kerfuffle.
Right.
Because the first shot is the Serene pulls out, all the little Jedi kids are training, they got their dumb helmets on, and then the clone troopers.
Yes,
come in.
right era.
That is so important to my criticism that I get that right. But they come in and they had this like After Effects wiggle transition to the shot, and it looked bad, and it made me laugh. So I posted on Twitter, I was like, "This is funny," and then I got swarmed by people with stormtroopers as their avatar on Twitter. Literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Star Wars
came after you.
Star Wars simp accounts came after me to tell me I'm an idiot because they didn't think I understood what the point of the shot was.
Yeah.
I was like, no, the execution of the shot is bad.
The cameraman got scared.
The cameraman got scared.
I
I
don't know.
Guy who added the
I don't know if this is their first take.
Obi-Wan's a great mentor. As wise as Master Yoda, and as powerful as Master Windu.
I gotta say, just talking about the opening in general, though, their slick editing actually made the prequels seem a little bit meaningful and exciting. Like a little previously, remember this?
Yeah.
They edited the shit out of those boring ass movies.
Oh, sure.
I thought of a
I don't
different
know why
angle.
people went against them. They're old fuddy-duddies. Cleaning products. I need to clean my mouth out. I have a dirty mind and a dirty mouth. But yeah, I like them. Still, I don't watch Red Letter Media as much nowadays. It's just Andor review. Like, I've just opted out of this. I'm trying to find good stuff to sort of get behind. And it's sad. Like nerd culture. This is a good way to really mock stuff. Okay. Why don't we have more mockery like this? Okay.
Don't skip that ad. In the next 30
I
seconds,
miss
I'm gonna show
creative
you how to
mockery.
watch new
Okay.
movies
Everyone
anywhere,
just wants to tear things apart. Okay. This was definitely brilliant.
in the theater.
Okay.
I like to
this
watch movies.
one.
No restrictions.
I remember
None of that
I
negative.
actually
None of the
watched
negatives,
one.
Mike. But you know what, everybody?
Them
The format
fucking
does
with
audio.
live stream.
No audio. Check the mic.
I can't hear him.
Okay, it's a little convoluted.
Hear anything?
And they're pushing this
In this
ad.
film, I got so excited because I have been a fan.
Yeah, I am. Sorry. There's just a certain line to walk, a certain amount of parody, I think, is respectful. And maybe I'll achieve it one day. Maybe I'll try to parody EFAP, or probably not. Okay. The EFAP isn't that bad. It's meant to be comical. There's probably some stuff that I could probably go into a little bit more. Maybe I should pick my lane. But again, schizophrenic all over the place shit. But yeah, fandoms, great to see. Great to see all these fandoms out there. And there's definitely stuff out there. Brilliant stuff out there. Stress. I should probably watch that. Hell, maybe I should just become freaking get into 40K. Okay, I've been putting it off because the lore's so deep, and hell, I don't want to go into a dying thing. Let's hope long live Warhammer 40K. Okay, it just seems like they're encroaching on every little area, and I'm seeing some hope now, some pushback there. Not liking some of the quality. I'm afraid of the swinging of the pendulum going a little bit too far there. I want to see the fandom come together and create good fan products to sort of push either the IP holders to a better quality, or in a fan revolt against these places. But I'm idealistic. I think even YouTube videos and commentary should have a little bit of flair and flavor to it. And this whole stream was just prompted by just coming across this and just remembering what it's just cascaded thought. This one woman, Cake Station, no clue about her,
Most of you
saw it.
probably
I'm
noticed,
like,
but I
this
haven't
is
made
really
any
cool.
specific content in
This
just
is
over a
really
year.
cool.
And I'll
This was the one. I don't know if it was this one. It was probably the one a month ago that I saw. I was just like, this is really cool. Then I look into her channel some. She's like, she wasn't happy after the third season. She had different reasons for not being happy with the third season than me. And maybe I should put it up on screen. I think actually a better representation of this. That's the one, either the I'm sorry, but here, she has like a tutorial thing. Where's the one? I'm remaking. She practiced. She's not happy with it, so she started reworking, put a lot of work into it. And you got to respect that. But there's a million different ways to sort of do this creative and get some fans behind. I suck too much for that particular methodology, but there's probably other people who are better at it. And yeah, here's the one. Like this particular one. Yeah, we challenged ourselves to make a volume 1 style episode. RWBY in 2 weeks. We didn't think we could do it. Pushing yourself only costed us our sanity. We did it.
Huh? You the one that says class is important? Don't worry, Weiss. Or,
Fans made this, okay?
We'll get you a
Love
new name
or
after
hate
class.
Ruby. Gotta respect the industry for not trying to sue them to oblivion. Letting them use the IP. They're dead now, but there's too many of these people protect. Too many issues overall. And just trying to figure out a way to go forward. Don't want to focus on all the stupidity out there, all the toxicity. Okay? Because, yeah, sometimes you need to be cruel to be kind. It is legitimate. But you got to know sort of the limit. You got to get the fan group together behind it. You need to know how to mobilize the nerds, okay? Not put them off. And I'm seeing a lot of nerd because, yeah, think what you want about these fucking shills. Some of them are probably paid and just cheap people. Like, look at the people they flew out to freaking to promote Lord of the, what is it? Rings of Power, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. Those sort of skills there. But there's some fans who generally just want a good product, and they're just sad that they're not getting it, so they eat up what they can. It's just disappointing that I see so much fan on fan violence. Okay, let's all come together and fight the bad stuff and work together. Okay, and there's other things that's prompting this. Okay, probably gonna do a stream Saturday. Okay, no one's gonna like it, so please don't come for that, because I might have to take a very unique stand, because it seems like, talking about Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, seems like there's a particular issue about a big YouTuber attacking a whole bunch of anti-woke, the woke boys. But you know what? I'll dig my grave there. I need to look into it a little bit more, but well, I think there are ways to do this properly and ways that are just redundant. And oh fuck, am I gonna have to watch the Fallout? See, I'm fucked no matter what. If I watch it and I try and I like it a little bit and try to defend it, I'm fucked. Okay. If I don't watch it and just want to shit on it, I'm going to be lumped in with everyone else. You can't win. Okay. Ugh, fucking hell. Okay. Remember, fan projects, power of fandom. don't needlessly fight. I can understand the concerns about Revenge of the Nerds, the sort of questionable ethics of what Huey, Louie, or Dewey, whatever geek did that is, but it's within the context of that culture. Be like, that's pragmatic. They didn't punish him for that rape. Well, they redefined rape. Okay, our understanding of rape now is different than back then. Hell, the idea of consent has gone insane in some circles that you can try to revoke consent after giving it. Affirmative consent. It's just the rules have just gone insane. I just want sensible rules, guys. Okay. Sensible rules, sensible interactions, and not just everyone fucking trying to cancel everyone. I don't care if you're woke, anti-woke. Have a fucking sense of humor, okay? And stop trying to think of the worst things you can. That's it. I'm done. Peace out, everyone. Thank you for everyone who's coming and everyone who watches this crazy schizophrenic shit that I put out most streams. But until next time, bye.